Drum roll! Woo! Week 20 podcast. Crowd goes wild. Hey, everyone, I have a really exciting announcement for you guys before I dive in here. Mitch Fry and I are going to be launching an Active podcast here within the next week or so. We're working on branding. It's going to be sick. Essentially, for the Active podcast, we're going to be interviewing top reps and hearing about their experiences and sharing some tips and tricks and feedback so that you guys can finish the summer strong, obviously kick off recruiting season with a giant bang, and head into 2026 with even more ammo, even more preparation, and even more to be excited about. So I'm really excited about that. I love doing this podcast by myself. Never obviously gets promoted anywhere other than the sales reps. It's just for you guys. But the one that Mitch and I will make will be like a whole active thing. So I think it'll be fun. It'll be a little bit more well produced and a pretty exciting thing. So excited to do even more of this. Now, week 20, that's exciting. 20 weeks. Over the course of 20 weeks, a lot of you have changed, and in fact, I would even say all of you have changed your life to some degree. You've worked incredibly hard. You've developed new skills. You've hopefully developed some incredible new habits. You've pushed yourself probably beyond what you ever thought you could do. You've made incredible money. Some of you have made life-changing money, enough money to invest in real estate and do amazing things. And the beautiful part of this job is the job's not finished. Pressure is a privilege. We talked about the very first week of the summer at kickoff, and that's still the theme. We have to keep showing up. Here within the next couple days, today's July 29th. I'm recording this at 9 p.m., so I'm at the office late too. You guys will watch this tomorrow, July 30th, some of you the day after that. But we are heading into August. We have 25% of the summer left. We have the last month. And guys, we are a fourth quarter team. When I played football in high school, a little fond memory of mine, we were a fourth quarter team. We would hold our fingers up, four, yell four. That's the vibe. Okay. That's the energy that I want heading into the month of August. This is something that you guys should be excited about. It's something that you should rally around, and you should take pride in the fact that you are going to work hard every single day and continue to show up and do your best, because we do what we said we were going to do. And when we've committed to something, we show up every single day. That's the elite way. So get excited. I'll talk more about that in just a little bit. But first, let's start out with some shout outs. Okay. On the week last week, San Diego led the partnership again with 180K, 177 in active. That's an incredible active to service ratio. San Diego is going to ramp up even more this week. I bet you that these guys do over 300K in service revenue this week because they go extra large for the cup. So get really excited about that. And I'll talk about the cup here in just a little bit. Sugarland at number 2, Columbus at number 3, Chicago at number 4, St. Louis number 5, all over 100K. Really proud of all you guys. When we look at our overall reps, oops, this is sorted wrong. We had Alex Moises coming in at number 1. Alex with 31,608 serviced and active in 1129 ACV, only 11% 12 months, and an 89% 24 months. What a phenomenal week from Alex Moises. Congratulations. Guys, giant reminder here, and Alex is a huge example to all of us. You make a ton of extra money by way of residual commissions off of those 24-month agreements. So in a year, when these guys are completing their contract, Alex is going to be cashing a check again from all of these 24-month sales. And reminder again, on those 12 months, there is that small 11% penalty. So you want to avoid the 12-month wherever possible, focus on 24-month, and default to 18 when you can't get them at the 24. Adam Tillman coming in at number 2 with 24K in active revenue. John Martin with 24K in active revenue. Jackson Smythe, the rookie. Jackson was tired of getting beat by Ryan, and he showed up big this week with 23K. Nice work, Jackson. Jackson promised me that he would rip and grip, and he came through on his promise. So, Jackson, I am sincerely proud of you, and I love to see you winning big. Ryan at number 2 with almost 20K. Grant Anderson. No one I like to see having a big week more than Grant. Grant sold 10 accounts just yesterday, showing up big for the cup. He had 17K last week. Carson Compton at 16K. Chan Mack at 16K. Malachi Aquino at 15K. Malachi, congratulations. Malachi hit me up just a few weeks ago, frustrated with how slow his production has been. And within the course of a couple short weeks, he's in our top 10 reps. Nice job, Malachi. Carson Jensen at 14K. Carson is another guy who I love to see winning. Nice job, everybody. Rookies, Jackson Smythe number 1, Ryan number 2, Joseph in South Bend, Joseph Carnezis. Wow, what a last name. Nice job, Joseph. 13,297. Only 8.3% 12 months. Wow, what a phenomenal week. Joseph with a 9:29 p.m. average last knock. Phenomenal. Adrian in Tulsa. Adrian has stepped up to the plate in a huge way. He's kind of in a sense helping kind of manage that team to some degree. And really proud of you, Adrian. Really grateful for your efforts. Aiden in Tulsa with 12K. Brenton Little in Columbus with 11,600. Mark Workman. Mark and I had a call today. I gotta get this guy pumped to keep ripping and gripping because he's one of the best. Charlie Miller in Austin with 10,000. Christian in Sugarland with 10,000. Trevor Prince with 10,000. Tristan Clowers with 9,700. Guys, you're all working so hard, and I love to see you winning. When we look at season stats, oh, let me pause this really quick. Okay, when we look at season stats, guys, the partnership is fast approaching 25 million, and I am so proud of all of us. Mark Wilmore at 11 million, Ryan Myers nearly at 8 million, Andrew almost at 6, McKenna almost at 4, Colby almost at 4, Aiden Parent almost at 3, Chase Flynn just over 2 million, Chan Mack creeping up on 2 million, Vlad at 1.75, John at 1.7, Mitch Platt at 1.4, Jeff Hatch at 1.4, Adam Tillman 1.25, Miller at 1.1, Dane at 1.1, Titus at 1.1, Caden Warner just crossed over 1 million. Congratulations, Caden. Easton will cross 1 million within the next week or so. Tim will cross 1 million within the next couple weeks. Grant will cross 1 million within the next couple weeks. Gideon Naylor at 750. Guys, there's a lot to be proud of. I love seeing our sales reps, our leaders build giant downlines and work to grow those downlines. Talk to you guys a lot about this, and I'll talk about it more later in the podcast. But there is nothing quite like building a team and seeing your team go on to be successful. There are so many highs and lows in this job. You guys experience that as first-year sales reps, second-year sales reps. When you have a team, you get that magnified to the 10th degree because you're having highs and lows every day, trying to sell at a high level, trying to produce, trying to do your job. But then you're also worried about the 3 or 4 guys that you brought out. You're worried about the couple guys that they brought out. You're worried about your cousin, your brother, your sister, whoever it is. And you have all these other individuals that you care about, and you have to show up for them, and you have to do your best for them, and you have to produce, and you have to be able to help them produce. And it is incredibly difficult, but also rewarding and growth-centered and fulfilling job. So I love seeing you guys win. I'm proud of all of our team leaders, and I'd love to have all of you come back again next year. And I'll talk about this more later, but have all of you come back and help us recruit and help us grow and experience the joy and the satisfaction and the fulfillment that comes from building a team and helping others be successful and helping others learn this incredible skill set that's changed all of our lives. So nothing that I love more than building a team. Alex Moises, he crossed over 500K in service revenue yesterday. Absolutely insane. Jack will cross 500K within the next day or two. Insane. Adam Tillman will cross 400K within the next couple days. Madness. John Martin will just cross 350K. Jeff Hatch will cross 300K within the next couple days. Ryan Pay, the rookie, at 265. Chan Mack at 250. Malachi Melama at 228. Vlad Titov at 220. Easton Wanger at 238. Eman Denise at 218. Lots to be proud of. Top rookies, we've got Ryan at number 1. Bo Compton will cross 200K. So will Jackson Smythe. Wow, these guys are separated by less than an account. Insane. They'll both cross 200K probably today. Mark Workman, 171. Presley Hayden, 178. Adrian Nunez, 170. Ismael Torres, 159. Man, we have 20 of our rookie sales reps over 100K already. That gets me so excited. 20 of you are going to hit team lead within the next couple weeks or have already hit it. 20 of you are going to earn residual commissions within the next few weeks. Insane. Guys, there's a lot of you who are really close. Consider pushing into September. I talk about this all the time, but postseason is worth it. The benchmarks that you hit in September count towards your rent bonus, count towards the ETLB benchmark, count for the team leader trip, and count towards all those commission increases. So every single one of you should be pushing and making sure that you can hit those benchmarks and making sure that you lock it in and earn your spot. Okay? Show up. Fourth quarter. This is when we work the hardest. Some good stat shout outs. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. And now I'm going to dive into the stuff that I love talking about. Okay, so first I want to share a little bit of a cup update, and I want to talk about this. And for some of you, unfortunately, your team is going to lose this first round of the cup, and it's okay. It's not the end of the world. A lot of our teams are going to win, and so I really want you guys to tune into this. But the principle, whether you win or lose, is the same, and the principle is the most important here. And that's what I want you guys to learn from and understand, and I want it to encapsulate this and make it a giant part of the elite culture. So the San Diego team has won the Aptiv Cup 2 years in a row. And the amount of prizes and bragging rights and like hype that those guys get around corporate because they've won it 2 years in a row is just insane. I mean, I'm not joking when I say Colby Markowski's name is on a banner 2 different times in the Aptiv office. I have 0 banners at the Aptiv office. It is a big, big deal and a monumental achievement. And every single member of that team gets this giant championship ring, and it's the coolest thing ever. But the even better part of what they were able to do is get just an insurmountable, just monstrous revenue push. They have guys hitting team lead that weren't even close. And it's because of the revenue push that they get from the Aptiv Cup. Because these guys are doing triple, quadruple, whatever they've done previously during those weeks of the Aptiv Cup. And it's just insane. You have guys doing 8K in a day that have never done 3K before. It's madness. They're getting out early. They're knocking their first door at 8 a.m. They're knocking their last door at 10 p.m. I mean, the commitment is there, but also the buy-in, the intensity, the mentality are all a giant part of this. And I saw that same mentality, that same buy-in, that same energy out of the Origin partnership yesterday. And it inspired me. And it also made me really jealous. We had a good push. We had a great day. Some of your teams PR'd in a big way. Some of you put yourselves in a position to win this matchup of the Aptiv Cup. If you're going to keep progressing in the Aptiv Cup, you're going to have to do more. And Origin simply did more than us. I'll give them their flowers. I love those guys. They showed up in a big way. Okay, on average, Origin's beating us by like $1 million on the summer. They beat us by like 30K every day, which is a lot, but it's not a lot. I mean, they're beating us by like 7% every day. And over time, that obviously adds up. And, they're $1 million ahead of us on the summer. We'll catch them in postseason because we have more sales reps who are willing to work longer. Shout out to all of you. Stay hydrated, work longer. Postseason's worth it. So I really think we'll catch Origin, and I think we'll end up beating them because of our postseason push. That said, I'm painting the picture here. We're neck and neck all summer long. Yesterday, we get a big Aptiv Cup push, and you guys showed up, and I'm not dissing us at all. I'm team elite, okay? We did about 300K in sales, which statistically means that Origin would do like 325 to 350K. Guys, they did 500K in sales yesterday. 500K, they beat us by 200 accounts. When on an average day, they're simply beating us by 25 to 50. They crushed us. They crushed us. And when I talk to Mitch, when I talk to Kyle, when Mark talks to Josiah and Ethan, all they did was lock in and believe mentally for the Aptiv Cup. They had all of their sales reps fighting for the same mission and bought into the same purpose. And as a result, they sold nearly twice as much as they do on an average day. I was giving Mitch a hard time. I'm like, dude, you guys haven't done that since Memorial Day. And he goes, to be honest, Yogi, I don't think we even did that on Memorial Day. And now that I remember it, they didn't. We beat them by like 100K on Memorial Day. But somehow they got everyone so bought in, so locked in, so dialed mentally that they made it happen. Just insane. Another example of this, okay? And I got to give it out to this guy. You guys come to Welcome Home, you're going to hear this name a lot, and he deserves it. Brent Snyder. Okay, Brent Snyder has been an active, figure for as long as I have. He's been here just as long as I have. He's always been a great salesman. He's always been a good recruiter. Never quite crossed to the next threshold. Kind of just hovered around divisional and just been an anchor. He's amazing. And Brent this summer is having a hard summer. Okay, he lost a lot of sales reps. And I don't know what happened, but apparently he had this one team who literally the whole team just abandoned ship. And that sucks. I mean, for any leader, you look at that and you're like, man, that sucks. He put in all this work. He put in all this time. He invested money. He's got apartments. And the whole team abandoned ship. Heartbreaking, okay? It would be very easy for Brent to throw in the towel and say, wasn't my year, and I'm just out of luck. A lot of us would do that. A lot of us in that situation would be like, crap, I'm screwed. Throw in the towel. Waste of summer. Not Brent. Okay, Brent doubles down, triples down, and says, well, without that team, I just need to sell more. So you know what? I'm going to lock in. I'm going to have my best end of the summer I've ever had, and I'm going to win the freaking ant. Brent should not be winning the ant. There are salesmen who are triple, quadruple the revenue that Brent has, but he is locked in Brent did over 60K in service revenue last week. You look at the leaderboard, he did 22K on Friday. Guys, as I'm making this podcast, Brent is at nearly 25K today. That's insane. It's a Tuesday and he's at 25K today. He did like 20K yesterday. He's done 65K in 3 days. How is that possible? Well, it's possible because he made the decision, he bought back in after a hard thing, and he doubled down. And guys, he used these competitions to give himself some urgency, to buy in mentally, to double down, to go big, to build momentum. It's all about the mentality. Brent is selling 2-3 times as many as he normally would because he's really, really bought in mentally, because he's taking it to another level. You see the same thing from Jake West. Jake West, active figure forever, did over $1 million last year, 800,000 the year before. The guy's a freak. He won the Ant the previous 2 years leading up to this one. He got beat out this year by Tyler Godfrey, who Brent is currently limp noodling because Brent is just on another level right now. But Jake's one of my good friends and he's amazing. And Jake did 125K in, I think he said 10 knocking days or 12 knocking days, 2 weeks, hit the team leader benchmark. Wow. How did he do it? He's on another level mentally. They're talking to the same people that you would talk to if you knocked their neighborhood. But guys, unless you're on their level, you're not selling 25. You're not selling 10 a day. It's a mental game. Alex Moises could go knock the same neighborhood as any of our average rookies, and he would sell 3 or 4 times as many. Part of that is skill. Part of that is just the mentality. Believes he can do more. Origin didn't get better overnight. They didn't. They didn't go from a 300K partnership to a 500K partnership because they improved in skill. It was the mentality. Where is your mentality at? San Diego doesn't all of a sudden get better. Their skill isn't better. Their talent level isn't better when the cup happens. It's their mentality. It's their intensity. How hard are they pushing on the doors? How much do they believe? How focused are they? How long are they knocking? It's all there. Guys, this August has to be special. For a lot of you, in order to hit your benchmarks, in order to hit your goals, it needs to be your very best month of the summer. It needs to be the one that you hang your hat on and you say, I'm freaking proud of that. And I hope it's that way for every single one of us. I told the story at the start of the summer, and I'm going to tell it again right now. My rookie year, I went into August at like 275 accounts. I got in a crash and I injured one of my very best friends. And it's something that haunts me. And I used it as an excuse that summer. And man, to be honest, it was just a hard situation. And as a 22-year-old kid or however old I was, I did what I could, but I didn't finish the summer as strong as I would have liked. And that haunted me and I regretted it. I finished at like 300 accounts. So while I was averaging like 100 accounts a month, I did 25 in the month of August. And forever, that haunted me and the negative momentum hurt. And then I've had the opposite happen where my wife is going into labor with our second baby. She's texting me like, you need to hurry up and hit your benchmark. And I threw down like 80 accounts over a 2-week period in August so that I could get home and have the baby with her. And I'm like, I gotta do this. And I drove home after selling 5 before noon in my Polo, drove 24 hours straight and showed up in Idaho so that my wife could have the baby in my Polo. And that year was different. Looking at my negative momentum from when I crapped the bed in August to my like insane positive momentum when I finished, bleeding green, like bought into the core, making it happen every day, squeezing every drop of juice out of the lemon. And guys, squeeze every juice out of the drop of lemon. You will be so much happier. You will be so much better off. You will be so glad that you did. Summer is short. August is short. The time that we have left together is short. Even if you're doing September, which I hope a ton of you are, I hope everyone is. But even if you're doing September, you do not have time to waste anymore. You do not have time to sit on the sidelines. Go all in. Work hard. Guys, don't let your habits slip. Last week, I talked about DMs, and I talked about how at the start of the summer, we were selling 1 in 45. Now we're selling 1 in 27, but our production is kind of flatlined. And in fact, last week, we even saw a small dip. Now, that dip isn't because it's harder to sell, and it's not because we're selling worse DMs. It's because we're not knocking as much. Get out of your cars. Knock the doors. Don't get distracted by big purchases after the summer. Don't get distracted by fancy items and flashy things and don't renegotiate with yourself. Establish your schedule, stick to your habits. Do what you said you were going to do. Commit, buy in, lock in. That's the San Diego secret. That's the Brent Snyder secret. That's the Jake West secret. They don't renegotiate and they lock in. So I'm going to call every single one of you out, every single rookie rep. Listen to me now. Buy in, double down, be the person that you want to be, make the adjustments that you need to make, and go all in. I'm going to call out every sophomore, every vet, especially my team leaders. Set the bar. If the summer hasn't been what you wanted, now's your chance to double down and catch that momentum and make it what you need it to be. If you're at where you want to be for the summer, congratulations. What an amazing thing. Here's your chance to get ahead. And if you don't get ahead this month, well, then guess what? You're back to being behind. Get ahead. Guys, it's 9 p.m. on a Tuesday, 9:20 now. I'm at the office. I'm 30, almost 4 years old, and I still want it. And I want you guys to want it with me. And I want you to catch the vision. I have people ask me every day, what would you do differently if you could go back in time? And my answer is simply that. I would have caught the vision sooner. And I would have pushed way harder. And I would have understood that there's another level. I didn't figure out that there was another level until I was like 27 or 28. And I thank the high heavens that I figured it out then. And I've really tried to capitalize the last 6 years. But I wish I would have figured it out the 6 years before that. I believe that every single person in this partnership can do more. I believe in every single one of you, and I want to see it happen. Hopefully, this person watches this podcast. I got a good buddy. I call him Moby Dick. He's in Chicago. You'll know who you are if you're watching this. Moby Dick came over from another company, and he had a slow week last week where his effort was just low. And it's okay. We've all been there. It's hard. It's hard to stay locked in mentally. I never dislike or judge anyone who has an off time period. It's okay. I have too. I'll tell you a story sometime about months and weeks and summers where I was just a piece of crap. And for whatever reason, I didn't work hard. I didn't have good habits. I've been there. And I've had other times, and now I'm committed to always being my best. And so I have this conversation with Moby Dick, and I'm like, lock in, dude. We need you, and you need this. You're better than this. And all of a sudden, homie's selling 2,500 a day like it's nothing. And I can guarantee he's happier because he's having better habits. You are miserable when you're not living up to your potential. You are happy when you're living up to your potential. Don't buy into the noise. Recognize that your job right now is to show up and work hard. Your job right now is to produce as much revenue as you can so that you can travel the world. You can pay for your school. You can invest in real estate. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. And you can do all those things later. But right now, show up and work hard. Don't doom scroll TikTok. Don't play Clash Royale. Don't try and become an Instagram influencer. Lock in. Lock in and do your job. Have the biggest month of your life. It's all right in front of you. Brought a lot of intensity there. Thank you for bearing with me. I didn't mean to get that fired up. I started drinking the hard stuff again and a little Red Bull action. I don't know. It worked. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you recognize how much I care. I love every single one of you. I love working with every single one of you. I love seeing every single one of you grow and develop and become the best version of yourselves. I had a really good call with Jarek Harris, our runner-up in the Rookie Rampage, one of my favorite people. Jarek's going to close on a fourplex within the next month. He's going to be one of our top rookies this year. He's done everything he said he was going to do. He's going to get married in September. What an awesome, year. I met Jarek less than 12 months ago, and within 12 months, he's met a girl, gotten engaged, going to be married, having a rookie year where he's going to make incredible money, closing on a fourplex, incredible. Just inspiring. It makes me so happy. One of the things that I talked about, Jarek, and I mean this to every single one of you, I would love to have this conversation with every single one of you. That's hard because there's a lot of you, but I would love to have it with every single one of you. I love working with you guys. I believe in you guys. I believe in the elite culture. I believe in what we're doing. I believe that this is the best place for you to grow, reach your goals, accomplish what you want to accomplish. This is a big family. And that's why I plan things like the Idaho days and I do things like this podcast is because I sincerely, authentically care. Guys, when I see that we've had 150 of you re-sign, we have way more than any other partnership. We have like, I mean, at this point, I don't even know, maybe 70% of our 75K plus reps who have re-signed. It just like means a lot. I love working with you guys, and I love that you guys love being here. If you haven't made the decision to work with us again yet, there's still time. You have until August 1st to qualify for the extra $100 in upfront commissions per account, the call pilot forgiveness. Obviously, down the road, you're going to get multi-year residuals, you're going to get your ETLB, all those different things. But if you haven't made the decision yet, let's have a conversation. I really, really want you back with the dream team. If you have made the decision and you're officially signed back on, let's get it. Let's ramp up. Let's finish strong. Let's start recruiting. Start messaging your buddies, your cousins, your whoever. Get me on calls with them. Get Mark on calls. Ryan, Andrew. Let's have the best year ever. Let's get excited about it. I saw a meme, I guess you would call it, that I wanted to share with everyone. So some of you just listen to this, so I'll describe this. Those of you who watch, you can clearly see what this is. It's a turkey, and it says, here's what a turkey looks like after 1 hour at 900 degrees, and it is just crispy to a charcoaly crisp. It is a pitch black turkey. That turkey does not look very moist, does not look very juicy. You would not want to eat that. And then there's a golden brown, just delicious, succulent butterball right next to it. And it says, here's 3 hours at 300 degrees. Now, for those of you who understand basic math, 1 hour at 900 is 900. 3 hours at 300 is also 900. The principle that it's teaching is you can't sprint. Okay, this is a tortoise and the hare meme. This is a consistency matters. This is a intensity is common, consistency is rare. Okay, you got to show up every single day. And it doesn't matter if you're the best for one day. It matters if you can show up every single day. And as we look towards August, as we look towards September, as we look at re-signing and we look towards 2026, that is the truest, most important principle that every single one of you can learn and understand and believe in and utilize to your advantage. There will be days in August where you do not succeed. But if over the course of the whole month you trend in the right direction, you're going to be really happy with the outcome. There will be days in this job where if you come back and you agree to work in 2026, recruiting doesn't go well. You have setbacks, you have difficulties. You're going to start your second year and be like, oh my gosh, it's still hard. Happens to all of us. But if you work really hard every day, you are going to be incredibly happy with the result. And guys, every single person in the elite partnership is important. Every single person in the elite partnership has the potential to do something great. There's people who do it every year. I mean, I've shouted out Alex Moises a lot this podcast. I'll do it one more time. Homie did 165K last year, and he crossed 500K this week. I look at Jack. Jack did, I don't know, 380K last year. He's going to cross 500K. I look at Adam Tillman. Adam Tillman did 420K last year. He's going to cross 400K here soon. And he's leading a team. Okay. We have incredible success stories in elite, but it's not because of one day of magic. Okay. It's not because Jack is insane. You see his highlights. I mean, he has a lot of big days. It's not just one big day, though. It's consistent big days over a very long period of time. I look at Colby Markowski, who's having an excellent year this year. He is growing maybe more than anyone else. Him and McKenna are having just banger breakout years, and I'm so proud of each of them. It's not because of one day of hard work, 1 month of hard work, 1 year of hard work. It's because they've baked at 300 degrees for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years now. The quote that I shared in one of the first podcasts, it's been a while since I've shared it. Don't overestimate what you can do in 1 month and underestimate what you can do in 10. Don't overestimate the results from one summer. Don't underestimate the results from 3. Lock back in with us. Lock back in for August. Go big. And again, recognize that it's not the short-term sprint that's going to get you to where you want to be. It's the long-term, consistent habits, fighting to get better, fighting to do your job, showing up even when it's inconvenient or you don't want to, showing up when no one else does, when there's an easier path, when there's a route that seems attractive and appealing, but you know it's not going to get you to where you want to be. Choose the harder right. Hold on, let me pause this again. Ooh, I got it out. Okay, I'm good. Forgive me. I gassed way too much of this LMNT all at once. One of my favorite, like, I don't know what you'd call them, internet gurus, philosophers. It's this gentleman from India named Naval Ravikant, and I've gotten really big into some of his stuff. He was on the Chris Williamson podcast. He was on Joe Rogan recently. I really resonate with a lot of what he teaches and what he shares. And he shared this thought the other day that just really, really resonated with me. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I paused this so that I could find the exact Naval quote, but I can't find it. But he's got a lot of good ones. You guys should look up the Naval Ravikant, Chris Williamson podcast, the one with him and Joe Rogan. Both phenomenal. One of the quotes that I just read as I was looking for the one that I thought of the other day says, "There is no path to one that does not lead through zero." You have to experience failure. You have to experience difficulty. You have to experience these hardships in order to find triumph. I talked about this earlier in the summer as well. There is no finish line. There are only checkpoints. Guys, grow with us, build with us, go through zero, get to one. We're gonna get beyond. Keep fighting, keep working hard. Make August your best month. Lock in, lock back in for 2026. Let's grow together. Let's build an empire. I love you guys. I sincerely do. Forever grateful for each and every single one of you. Proud of all of everything that you're doing. I hope you took something away from this. I hope that you'll share with me some of your thoughts and goals. Shoot me a text, shoot me a voice message, shoot me an Instagram message, a Pronto. Pronto's a little harder for me to check all the time, but get a hold of me and let's take over the world. Let's make it happen. So let's get it.